Trip is deserved.
If you're going on a trip, if you're going on vacation, you shouldn't do anything from there.
No, but Dugout 2 is like a chit-chatting session. Yeah. Now we love to do it.
Some all about it. It's about insights, it's about talking, it's about perspectives, and it can happen in a studio, it can happen by the
Yeah.
So yeah,
We'll take our
Time because your Olympics has ended. It's ended to back action.
from this point on last year, it started with the Asia Cup.
Not really. It didn't start. It started much before.
September was Asia Cup.
Asia Cup. It started. I will say.
It was West Indies.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you.
August
when.
was West Indies.
Yeah, it started much before. India, Sri Lanka, India, New Zealand, India, Australia, ODI series. Then you had IPL. Then
Last year.
Yes.
But there was a 1 month break. Now remember July there was nothing, and
July onwards you had a break.
Yeah.
July you had West Indies. Then you had Asia Cup, Asian Games, India, Australia, World Cup, India, South Africa. Then you had India, England, India, Afghanistan, IPL, World T20, Copa America, Euro, Olympics.
Now we are done.
You have now got a 43-day break for cricket.
And we deserve
For
a
Indian
team
cricket,
holiday
rather.
for sure.
but team holiday can be done as well. Why not?
Where should we go?
Even though I may be sick and tired of seeing you guys every day, but I don't mind going on a vacation.
Yeah.
Depends on the
2-day vacation, a staycation rather.
Staycation.
Congratulations to the both of you also on 500. You guys also. So for that also we deserve
We deserve it. I mean, see. Must we explode?
Yes.
Explode. But then you all know when one of the eagles has to say yes for it. Like say to a hillside farmhouse.
Like they say, niyat honi chahiye.
But it needs to be, it needs to happen now, because after this, suddenly I know it's a 43-day break, but there will be a lot of things coming up. First we'll have the Vinesh news, then we will also
That's happening
No,
tomorrow.
but we'll also have the IPL retention news going around,
See, news business though will keep happening.
That
News.
See, that is why we don't have 15th August marked as a holiday here.
No, you are off on 15th August.
But that's a week off. It's not a
week off.
national holiday.
You are week off on 15th August.
Siddharth will tell you, he's the boss.
On request, he told me Thursday, 16th and 18th. On request.
Oh, I am also off after 15th only.
Yeah.
Now there may be a change. There have been developments, so I might have a change.
What developments?
Please.
Professional or personal?
I'll tell you, professional only.
Oh, then so you can not.
Personal developments,
That can take a back seat always.
they have been taking a backseat. But
Yeah.
I wish I was wearing white today, then we would have been.
Tiranga.
Oh yeah, we could have been the Tiranga today. Yes. But that we'll wear on
But this is not
15th.
saffron.
This is pink.
But still, it's that orangish shade.
But it
I
looks
know
kind
how
of
it-
orangish
I
in
know
that
how
light.
it comes on,
Yeah.
on camera though.
I know, but tomorrow I'm wearing orange. He can wear green.
Plan on 15th.
What plan?
Something on the Acha, that I thought we leave on the
No, this is not 15th.
that we form a trinity.
Anyway, I have got plans in September.
Where are you going?
I'm going home.
But the family members will miss you so much.
I have got greater things to worry about. I mean, I have got my family who I have not seen for nearly 7 months now. And last
Trust
year,
me, Siddharth, even being with family over here feels like this.
Yeah, trust me too.
It is,
I
it is.
did
But
not
we all
my
need a long
parents.
break. I mean, for example, we last 1.5 years we haven't had that many long breaks.
No, I'm sort of scared of going on a vacation since that whatever happened with me on my last vacation.
Exactly, and you totally jeopardized us for 3 months because of your lack of fitness in that sense. So yeah, let's not even get into vacations here. Yeah, he gave a very good omen. if I may add. So please.
No, but now he's going to be
Now-
we will ensure that nothing uncertain or untoward, I should say.
That he's not behind the wheel, that he's safely tucked in behind.
No, just that we'll ensure that nothing untoward happens on our watch.
Of course, yes.
That we
is-
can ensure.
That we have to ensure. Otherwise, we don't want to go through the trauma of March and May 2024 all over again. Okay, so 43-day break. This is unprecedented. I mean, the last time I thought it was a 35-day break.
We have to go all the way back to
2021.
23. No. Exactly a month long break last year as well, prior to the start of the West Indies.
Even WTC final until the England series.
I will not be able to recall.
Yeah, I think you came around June first week. Then you had to play the series in July second week.
And you missed that one test match in that series only,
That
right?
because
and then
Virat
the
was
IPL
postponed.
Then the IPL part 2 started
Birmingham.
that time, right?
Birmingham.
Where you lost the opportunity
To win the
win a
series.
series.
Yeah,
series.
I know. But in the meantime, what the cricketers will be doing? Indian cricketers.
I was about to say that the break could cut down if you see the big names playing the Duleep Trophy.
So that is what we are discussing in this edition of the Dugout. The latest development that we are getting as far as the Indian cricket team is concerned. Yes, I know we are all getting withdrawal symptoms because Olympics has been on for 16 days and cricket has taken a total backseat. To have our dugouts at 7:15, 7:30. Now we are back to our original dugout time, which was 6:15 or 2 months later.
Yeah.
2 months
Post
later.
World Cup, during the World Cup also we weren't having a dugout during the World Cup.
Not possible. Nah? Maybe on India days we would have, but then
It all started with the World Cup only, where it got shifted to 7:15 because of
the TV shows.
the TV show at 6:30.
6:30, yes. Which is why, I mean, our dugout time is an anathema to your TV show. Because every single time when I have known certain people, they like that 6:30 slot the most.
Is it?
Yes.
I know, but these are loyal family members and friends of ours. Yeah? They'll come whatever time that we go.
I hope so. I hope so. But then because see, now we are...
Some of them have in fact made requests of us coming live late at night. Because then they are done with work and that's the time that they get to unwind. They've had their dinner. Some of them in fact tell me that we should be coming live late in the night so that they are able to...
Don't we have time to unwind, gentlemen and ladies? I mean, what do we do then? We have to be there every single time at this point. So, yeah, that is the situation we are getting at this point, that in a 43-day break, your next Indian cricketing action is going to be from September 5 onwards.
International, yeah.
No, international is September 19th. So,
Yeah,
prior to
Duleep is
that-
5.
September 5 or September 12?
5 to 22.
5 to
24.
5 to 24. Because the Duleep Trophy is going to be your first major domestic tournament that will be held in India. It will be held in either Anantpuram in Andhra Pradesh, or it could be held in, one round will be held at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Why is that double provision being made? Because Anantpur has got no direct airline connectivity.
So the first match was also supposed to take place in Anantpur.
Yeah.
But the Karnataka State Cricket Association then came to the rescue because of what you mentioned, there being some logistical trouble. The first match is taking place
In Bengaluru, first round.
hosted by the Karnataka State Cricket Association, and then I think the action shifts back to Anantpur. I think
Anantpur, yep.
that's going to be the order of play.
Yeah, so that the Indian senior stars could be in the fray for
Can we
playing
have
in the
those
Duleep
names,
Trophy.
please?
Yeah, so there is Virat Kohli. Yes, Virat Kohli.
With an asterisk.
With an asterisk. Rohit Sharma also with an asterisk. Ravichandran Ashwin with an asterisk. Then you've got KL Rahul, Suryakumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill.
No asterisk.
No asterisks. Jasprit Bumrah, A. He is absent for the entire thing because, and there will be a deliberation.
Rightly so.
There will be a deliberation whether he should play the Bangladesh tests also, because he will be part of 8 test matches then, if that's the case. 3 versus New Zealand, 5 versus Australia.
But we'll most likely see Mohammad Shami for the Bangladesh series.
Yes, Mohammad Shami could be back. So, when was the last time all the guys that I had mentioned played some form of domestic cricket, if I may add?
Let alone playing against each other.
Yeah, because see, it's a cramped calendar that India's players have endured for the last decade or so. There has been no time. But then now that there is time, There's a golden opportunity to play because Shivam, can we go ahead? In that I have mentioned, I have just pulled out a thing. Okay. The last time players played domestic cricket. Now understand, domestic cricket can be every single bit. Ranji Trophy, Devdar Trophy, Duleep Trophy, Syed Mushtaq Ali, Vijay Hazare, Irani.
Anything.
Virat Kohli, November 2012. November 2012, that I wasn't even in Delhi at that
Back
time.
in his under 19 days.
No, under 19 days are
No, he had
finished.
played the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
4 years
Yeah,
later.
sorry, I got confused with.
Yeah, he was playing in Ghaziabad. Delhi versus Uttar Pradesh in Ghaziabad.
That's right. That match took place in
Yeah.
Ghaziabad. Rohit Sharma, I think Rohit played in the Duleep Trophy.
Yeah.
In Greater Noida.
Yeah,
in
with that
September.
ping ball match.
Is it?
Yeah, I was reading his interview, played that ping ball.
September. There, Gambhir
Yeah.
also. I think that it was.
Yeah,
played
it was
with ping
Gambhir,
ball.
Robin Uthappa,
Yeah,
Sudeep, and you had Gautam Gambhir also
Yes,
played
Gambhir
that.
did play that. Yeah. So Rohit Sharma, September 2016.
And he also played the Duleep Trophy. At that time, he was playing in the middle order only.
Yeah. KL Rahul played in February 2020. I think he played the VHT and SMAT also, if I'm not mistaken.
Performed very well.
He performed
I
very
think this
well
was
in that.
before his comeback, right?
Yeah, it did. Rishabh Pant, we all know that standout
And
season
1000 run
that he
season,
had.
right?
948.
Yeah, close to 1000 runs.
Yeah.
Fastest 300.
No, fastest 100, triple 100. 100 of
yeah.
48 balls. Then Shubman played in June 2022. Surya Kumar captained in a couple of games for Mumbai, if I'm not mistaken, in December 2022. Yashasvi played until January 2023. Jadeja, we all remember, played in January 2023, Tamil Nadu versus Saurashtra.
That's right.
That in that game.
And that's after which he then went to the West Indies, right?
No, he then played the BGT, na?
Yes.
BGT. He was aiming to be fit for the Border Gavaskar Trophy in February. So he played January, that's a match in the Ranji versus Australia. And then after that,
No,
he.
but are you sure?
Yeah.
Who?
The West Indies series happened after July.
But he made his debut then.
Who?
Yashasvi.
Yeah, Yashasvi made his debut then. But then see, he was playing domestic cricket. I'm talking about Jadeja.
Jadeja, yeah. I was like, because Yashasvi made his debut in
West
West
Indies.
Indies.
West
Yeah,
Indies.
July. He made his
Yeah.
debut then.
Yeah.
He'll take.
Yeah, Gill decided to go to number 3.
Number 3, yeah. So players who have been like, it can be again changing. I mean, we just got the report that maybe who might not play the first round, which is starting on September 5. They could be available on the 12th. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, R. Ashwin, Jasprit Bumrah. But Jasprit Bumrah will not play the entire of the domestic this thing, but his last domestic was 2015. 2015-16, that was a season where he played for Gujarat. So the least is the youngsters, the likes of KL Rahul. He's playing domestic after 4 years. Virat is playing after 12 years. Rohit is playing after 8
If he does.
years.
Now let's elaborate a bit over there.
Yeah.
When Siddharth was mentioning those names as well. We put those names out on the screen as well for you. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma had an asterisk, as Siddharth was rightly pointing out. Now what reports are suggesting right now is that it's been left to the discretion of the two Indian stalwarts. Yes, they're only limited to 2 formats now, but given the workload in the past, the report suggests that it has been given, the decision has been left play or not play. So because might I remind you, they had a chance to play domestic cricket last year as well.
Yep.
There was a bit of an opening.
Yes.
But they didn't. Back
Before
then.
which tour? Before the England, after the England tour, right?
Before
Before the
Before
England.
the
During that tour time, I
after
remember.
South Africa ended.
Yeah,
And
it was after
between-
that.
It was after that, huh?
No, I know it wasn't definitely not after that. I think the knockouts were after that, but because Shreya going on.
Yeah, he was playing. February, March he was
The
playing
knockouts.
Ranji.
He
was playing
played the
Ranji,
knockout semi-final. I
There was a
remember.
suggestion Rohit could play because Mumbai, na, Rohit
Yeah,
could
yeah.
play,
Yes,
but
yes.
Virat
Mumbai
couldn't play because
qualified.
Delhi were
Yeah,
eliminated.
right. I think that was the reason.
Yeah, so
But
that's-
Jadeja could have, and Jadeja did, because he was also marking his comeback.
yeah. But even where Saurashtra were the knockouts.
Yeah.
I remember him marking his comeback in a test match.
Yeah.
In a domestic match.
Domestic match. That was
Ravindra
last year.
Jadeja.
during
It was
the
last
PG.
year. I'm
Yeah.
talking about last year only.
So, if you look at it, the players at this point in time, 43 days, Is it ideal that, and is the BCCI doing the right thing by asking the seniors and all the centrally contracted players to play a domestic tournament? There can be a yes, there can be a no. So what do you think? Let's start with Shashwat. What do you think? Is the BCCI sending the right message that these players will have to play the domestic tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. There's just one negative point of this that I see is that maybe a youngster might miss out on a place in that squad if the senior players play. But I feel that is fine. You know why? Because that youngster will also realize that I need to go the extra mile because suddenly all the eyeballs will be. Why have we ever before this in the last 2-3 years talked about a Duleep trophy? Maybe many of us might even not even know that it's going on because there are no sort of eyeballs in it. Nobody sort of wants to see that because that sort of starts the domestic season also, and it is also from the previous cycles top performers who get to play in this in the Duleep trophy. So suddenly people forget about them, nobody really talks about them. Now when a Virat Kohli or Shubman Gill, all these big names will come, you will have a lot of eyeballs. We as journalists will also sort of be more keen and more interested.
Fans will also come in.
Fans definitely will come in, and also you'll see, you know, since the last time we have seen domestic cricket being in the news for many reasons. You had a Sarfaraz Khan coming in from there, Dhruv Jurel, Rinku Singh, because of that sort of got his name around the test team. He went into South Africa also as the in India A, and for that he wasn't in the intra squad game, he was in India A. So that I think, and spin again, we have seen spin to play spin in general is a problem, be it red ball or white ball. So more you place against spin, the more confidence you'll get, and if you do well in red ball against spinners, then automatically that, I know it's about mixing formats, but once you have that confidence of playing spin in red ball, you can automatically replicate that in the white ball also.
But only one game.
It's basically against left arm.
But only one game. That's the whole bone of contention.
I know one game maybe it wouldn't give that sort of result, but it's about setting the precedent. This year they might play one game, then you know that will come out. Players will start to understand that it's important to play domestic cricket also. Because see, I'll just give an example of Mohsin Khan. He hasn't played domestic cricket in so long because he's always injured during the domestic cycle because he wants to be fit for the IPL. Once he'll see that senior players are playing this, selectors are selecting players from there, he would want to sort of push himself for that. And this will also give the message to franchises. Franchises at times might not want their players to play in the domestic season because they want them to be fit during the IPL.
Yep.
So that will also change. So I think the mindset in general, it has taken a very long time for domestic cricket to take a back seat. Before this, it was the pinnacle of Indian cricket. Now it will take more time to sort of get it in front again. So for that, you need to start that cycle. That will take time, definitely. They will play one match this time. Maybe next year they play 3 matches. Gradually that culture will change.
The culture will change. What do you think? I honestly feel that, okay, the BCCI diktat this time seems to be that they are hell-bent on it. Because let's go to those comments that Jai Shah had made around February. February 2024 was when the BCCI put its foot down. The continued underachievements of the players and the continued this thing that, okay, we are not winning much, prompted Jai Shah to give a very strong statement in February where he said, some players have begun prioritizing the IPL over domestic cricket, a shift that was not anticipated. Domestic cricket has always been foundation upon which Indian cricket stands, and it has never been undervalued. And it also came amidst the thing that certain players are fit only for the IPL but are not going to play domestic cricket, and they get into the India selection at that point. We know those 2 players were, okay. Every cricketer aspiring to play for India must prove themselves in domestic cricket. Performance in domestic cricket remains a yardstick for selection, that too he said a critical yardstick. Non-participation in domestic cricket will carry severe implications. The severe implications were meted out to Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan.
That's right.
But now with players in the fray at this point in time for Duleep Trophy, I think what Jai Shah's statement in February, 7 months later, I think it's going to come into inclusion, which itself is a huge thing by the BCCI. I think the players have now started to take it very seriously that no boss, I think if it's a break, fine. And with Gambhir and Agarkar also saying rest and this thing is not a surety in their regime. Now I think certain breaks according to my own free will. Now I think this is the diktat that has been given at this point. So
I think the two men that you mentioned over there, Gambhir and AajTak, I think it definitely comes from them. It is no coincidence that such a thing has come out. Yes, of course, the statement from Jay Shah had come even prior to Gautam Gambhir's appointment as the head coach of the Indian team. But having said that, I think it's a step in the right direction, and it is flowing from top to bottom.
Yep.
It isn't the other way around, or it isn't something that's just come from a random place. It is definitely coming right from the top, and the coach, the head coach, and the chief selector are both on the same page on this. And I think it's the right message that is being sent across as well, because for far too long, your top cricketers have been missing in domestic cricket. On two fronts, I feel it's important. One, because for you to ensure that bridge between domestic cricket and IPL, while it has already widened, that it doesn't widen to an extent that domestic cricket is lost in oblivion.
Yep.
You need to ensure that the star power of domestic cricket and the roots of domestic cricket stay strong, and it can only happen that when you have players who've reached who are now the epitome of batsmanship or good bowling, are there to play right at the place or right at the level with those players on that platform from where they springboarded or leapfrogged into the Indian team. You need to have these players come revisit those centers again as well. So one, I think that's the reason why it's important. Also tells the younger bunch that this is how it flows. You can't, let's say, leave any rung on the ladder. If you want to go from one rung to the other, this is how it works on the ladder. You cannot miss any rung, and you can't just be, jumping your place right to the top of the ladder. It can't happen in that way. So everything will happen step by step. That's point number one as far as why this is important. Number two, why I feel is that I think spin is a problem now for the Indian team. The ODI series in Sri Lanka, the one that he lost 2-0, was an eye-opener.
Yep.
We may argue about the fact that maybe there was a casual approach, maybe we're just not good to upstage us. But having said that, I think there's greater importance for you to give to Duleep Trophy and other domestic tournaments, because you don't want this to be a problem at the big stage.
Yep.
You can take it in a series here and there, but let's go back to the Bangladesh series. Let's go back to the India-England series that we had here. How many wickets did Bashir take? Were we not troubled by a Tom Hartley as well? Yeah. So it cannot happen, and you've got to. And this is a matter of prestige, the way I look at it. Playing spin is a matter of. Yes, Rohit Sharma after 7 years had to take the pull shot out, I think, in the test match in Hyderabad, but the sweep shot, beg your pardon. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all if players are to find new ways of countering spin, whatever way that may be. But the one way of going back and ensuring that we stay strong as batters against spin bowling is by ensuring that we play a lot at the grassroots level, and it's not it's not a weak platform. Let's not be mistaken. The kind of pitches that are dished out, let's say the kind of quality bowlers that you have, spin bowlers also that you have, will give these players the platform and the practice, and perhaps they'll be able to, and it goes not just for the senior players, it goes for the younger players as well, because if there is one way that you can get your act together as far as countering spin is concerned, it's by playing. You will then be dishing out come let's say when you have an England or anyone else come over here. You had fallen prey to spin bowling in the England series as well.
Yeah.
You managed somehow, but I believe that is a core area that you need to look at as well.
Three things. I mean, firstly, BCCI diktat could be implemented, which is a very good thing. For far too long, we've taken domestic cricket for granted. Your talent pipeline was not coming through because youngsters and seniors in a cramped calendar only looked at IPL. IPL, now if the seniors come and play the Duleep, then it's established for a certain temporary period of time that IPL is not the benchmark. So they have, BCCI is living true to the word that it had said in February. Second, you have been blessed, rare blessing of a 43-day break. If there was no break, the seniors would never have come for this. See, what they, as we have said now in the Sri Lanka series, the seniors didn't have it turned on. Rohit Sharma very well dismissed it. But it seemed as if they did not turn themselves on for the contest. Against spin, it was a surrender, and that's why you lost 2-0. First time in 27 years you lost to Sri Lanka. And on top of that, you are blessed with a 43-day break now. That is why this Duleep trophy will be very important. Many people will not understand one thing, that Duleep is ABCD India in red ball. Devdar is India ABCD white ball. VHT is state-wise
Vijay Hazare.
Vijay Hazare is
That is
state-wise
one
white
day.
ball.
50 overs.
State-wise. Ranji is state-wise red ball. Irani is Ranji winner versus rest of India. So you have got so many domestic systems in place. Syed Mushtaq Ali is state-wise T20. Kuch Behar, CK Naidu. So
All
many
these are age group tournaments.
age groups. So that is why Vijay Merchant Trophy also
That
is
is
there.
under 16. Yeah.
So, every domestic cricket system, if you have to start getting it, look at what happened when Sachin Tendulkar played his last Ranji game in Lali, Mumbai versus Haryana. The stadium was packed. Everybody had come in.
That is definitely going to happen as soon as senior players come
And
in.
Virat and Rohit, if they play along with the Jaiswal, along with the KL, where they've only played international cricket, Shubman, look at how people will start taking domestic talent very seriously also. Who knows, someone might outshine the others.
Exactly, and then suddenly that person will become one person to look forward to as a player also. And not just that, now suddenly what has happened over the years is that a child doesn't want to, earlier it was that he knows that the ladder, first it is the Ranji Trophy, then it is the Indian cricket team. Now this ladder has changed. It is the IPL and then the Indian cricket team. So now everyone wants to play the IPL, and now because people have seen how successful the IPL has become, every state has their own T20 league also.
Correct.
So everyone knows that as soon as we do well in our state, you saw Samir Rizvi coming out from that UP T20 league. So you know, now suddenly players also know this, that once I do well in my own state's interstate T20 league, I might be picked for the IPL and then for India. So at this point, it's even more important so that the players know the importance of red ball cricket also. Otherwise, moving ahead, you would not have anyone to play red ball, because everyone knows that if we do well in white ball, we will get the opportunity in red ball today or tomorrow.
Correct. And also looking at it, a Riyan Parag's selection in the Zimbabwe and the Sri Lanka series is an indication that he's been rewarded for good domestic performances.
Exactly.
Smat VHT was really good in that.
Even in Ranji Trophy, he played a huge. His team, he sort of has this disadvantage of playing for Assam because the team doesn't sort of do well. But because Assam, now he's a household name in Assam, Riyan Parag. When he does well, so other people also in the team get that motivation to do well and sort of match. They know that if a Riyan Parag can come out from Assam, even we can.
So that is why this diktat is good. I think this current regime, the BCCI, plus the chairman of selectors, plus the coaching staff are all in agreement with it. The players are also kind of agreeing to it that fine, okay, I think it is important, but I'm only concerned that this is going to be only a temporary solution. I'll tell you why. You're not going to be blessed with a break like this again. The Indian cricket team will
I'm just saying, the last year we had it
35 days,
yeah, this year we're looking at a 40-day break.
Yeah.
But I agree, I get your point, but it's let's say you're trying to look for openings here. Right now, this is the opening that you have. Who knows how things shape up? And I wholeheartedly agree with you that it's going to be difficult given how much commercial the sports become.
For Indian stars in particular.
Yes, for Indian stars in particular. I doubt as well, but it's the right start.
It is the right start, but I only hope it becomes sustained. Because see, now from September 19th onwards, all the way till June, you are packed. You don't have a break in the between at all. See, September 19th, you got 2 tests versus Bangladesh and 3 T20Is. Then you got 3 tests versus New Zealand. Then you got in between New Zealand and BGT, you got 4 T20Is versus South Africa. Then you are going to go into the BGT. for 5 tests. Then you've got 3 ODIs and 5 T20Is. IPL, then World Test Championship. So until June, you are crammed, and then after that, this will be June 2025. You will have to prepare for the 2020 for that 2027 ODI World Cup also.
And I personally for the Duleep Trophy, and rightly so. They are like really big players. According because they've played for so long. But even if you see a Shubman Gill, Yashasvi, KL Rahul, all these are very big players. You have Shubman Gill is the vice captain of the Indian cricket team. If you even a Shubman Gill features, that sets the right precedent for everyone who is trying to.
Can afford to skip because they can turn it on and turn it off. Maybe with Rohit, slightly it might be more, but with Virat, I don't think he turned it on in the Sri Lanka series. But he struggled. He clearly struggled in the entire situation. So, as I said, there was a meme going around. 70 to 71 took so much time. 80 to 81 now is going to take even longer.
43 days window, that's why they are able to stick. GTs.
Definitely.
Been asked to play. Saying is, it cannot be that without having also, given how much he's played in domestic, given how much he values domestic cricket. With this, it's definitely coming, and
He himself played domestic for the longest time.
And Ajit Agarkar especially.
Yeah.
Ajit Agarkar is quite a veteran when it comes to domestic cricket.
Yeah, even Gautam.
And might I also add that that they are very much mindful. If they counted while we were talking about Ravindra Jadeja, Jasprit Bumrah in that press conference which took place on the 2nd, was it? The 2nd of July.
Before Sri Lanka.
2nd of July.
Yeah.
So it was very clearly pointed out by Ajit Agarkar. There are 10 test matches we are looking at, and Jadeja is going to be there in all. So he's not dropped technically. So they are already there a step ahead. They are counting workload. They are looking at workload. So they know who can play where.
Yep.
And this has to be coming from them as well. If you are willing to discount a Jasprit Bumrah from the Bangladesh series as well, because you know that Jasprit Bumrah will be needed far more in Australia than in Bangladesh. So because you perhaps confidence, and that confidence comes from a good place as well, that you have other 10 players who are good enough, plus of course whosoever will come in for a Bumrah. Bumrah of course is himself half a team at times. But even if you don't have a Jasprit Bumrah, then also you are confident of winning against Bangladesh, and that's fine, because otherwise you remove those 2 test matches, there are 8 others, and you might need a Bumrah to be there, if not for all 8, easily for at least for those 6-7 matches you will need Bumrah.
See, you will need Bumrah for the entire BGT.
There is a thought that maybe he will have to be rested at some point.
They won or BGT.
BGT.
Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney. He'll have to play in all. Otherwise, that is the only way then India are doing well. See, 2021 can't happen all over again. Okay. Australia will be determined to ensure that they win for the first time since 2014. They have not won against India since 2014.
It's been 2-1 interestingly.
Yes, all 4 times. 2-1 in 2016-17, 2-1 in 2018-19, 2-1 in 2020-2021, 2023 was 2-1 also BGT. So Australia are desperate, and that's why India will need their entire arsenal firing in that series. Yeah. It starts from Perth, pacey, bouncy Optus. Then it starts with, then it goes to Adelaide ping ball, where the bowlers will have a field day. You're going to Brisbane
for the 3rd.
That's also bowlers' paradise. Melbourne and Sydney, where you'll have to really have a very attritional play at work. So, yes.
Shami also will be there.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I think he may play
Bangladesh.
He will play Bangladesh mostly if he's fit. So
you might see him play one match in the Duleep Trophy too.
Let's see. Maybe on September 5, then on September 12th. Because the Duleep ends by 24th. So
it's also important for Rishabh Pant to play it.
Oh yeah, first time since 2017, and first time he will play any
2022.
kind of test match or first class cricket since 2022. Yes. That's why very, very important for all. But yes, I hope the diktat this time is adhered to. I hope the players can play domestic cricket consistently. Otherwise, if they don't, and this kind of a temporary thing, the fans will see through it. They will continue to ensure domestic cricket is sidelined. And they will not see much of it anyways. They'll only see it when their star players are playing, and that's it. Others will just be thrown out of the window and say, no, we don't want to see too many domestic matches happening. So that's the thing.
And what about Hardik?
Hardik, we must actually talk about Hardik as well. We know Hardik Pandya has made himself unavailable. There's no retirement or anything, but he's made himself unavailable just because of the rigors, and he knows his body. We don't know if he's come back strong enough for him to resume playing 4-day matches, and these are all going to be 4-day matches, by the way. They're not going to be proper 5-day matches. They're going to be 4-day matches. However, I don't think Hardik Pandya is being looked at right now.
But you might see him during the white ball domestic season.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Red ball too, he's absolutely said.
I mean, he's not played for 5 years here, and if you don't play for 5 years to come back when so many players are already there, Hardik himself said it will be unfair.
It'll be unfair because while he was doing very well, he was a captain of the in the shortest format of the side as well. And this was, I think, ahead of the England series, was it, when that question was
BGT final.
WTC
final.
WTC final, and that question was asked to him, and he was very honest in saying that listen, there are other guys who've been playing and I've not been playing, so it'll be unfair if I'm just paratrooped. So there is a line, there's a proper,
the talent is there.
The talent is there. There are others who've been in queue, and you have to be following that queue.
Yep. So let's take some comments. So it's a good diktat. Hope it's just carried on forward now. Ashish Dhar is saying, angle not shown during Neeraj's live throw. I guess he threw between 50 and 60 degrees, whereas Nadeem threw at 31 degree, which meant 90 plus meter throw. But then the degree of the throw is one part of it, Ashish Dhar. It's not necessarily to determine the distance. You have to look at Neeraj Chopra was battling an injury. He was battling an injury, and that's why his mind was distracted. You can check the interview that he's done with Sports Today. That groin injury was playing on his mind. That's why he couldn't concentrate on his run-up. For him, run-up is most important. For Nadeem, the run-up is not that important, because you see, his run-up is not, it's all shoulder.
Last moment when that...
At that
flow. And his back.
His back. And that's why. Nadeem doesn't rely much on run-up. Anderson Peters and Neeraj Chopra rely on the run-up the most. But Anderson Peters also has a strong shoulder. It's just coming back. But then he's got a long way to go. But Arshad Nadeem, he's got that strong shoulder. He can easily throw 90 meters.
He played cricket.
Was a bowler.
He was a bowler, yes. He didn't throw 90 meters there, I'm sure. 90 miles.
What a welcome for him back home.
Yeah. A buffalo has been given in this honor.
Alto has also been given.
Whatever. Ali Zafar's promised him 1 million. So that's why lots, and I think he may be given Pakistan's.
Buffalo is a unique gift.
Yeah, but I think he may be given Pakistan's highest civilian award also.
Buffalo milk is a athlete.
Yeah.
Alto, but he'll look very weird in an Alto.
If in a parallel world I was to come back, win a gold medal at the Olympics, and then there's a buffalo waiting for me.
And an Alto in which he'll not even, I guess, fit.
But I get it.
I mean, it's only his humble roots that they want to show at this point. So Anders is like, still talk about West Indies, South Africa. Yeah, it was quite a close game. Had rain not intervened, we might have seen West Indies pull off a huge win, I would say, because if you look at 35 runs behind in the last 2 days.
White ball player.
Well, I know, but at this point, if I may say, it's a very even season. King D saying they should make pretty much. They are in deck. Australia's batters will struggle far more.
And it's also about the nature of the wicket. If you try to change it, it's not going to play out the same way all 4 days.
Yeah, it will.
It's better to give what the nature of the wicket is.
Exactly. Perth will be fast and quick. Adelaide will be typical.
No, I think he's talking about in the Duleep Trophy.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah.
But then Duleep Trophy by that time,
but you can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't give a Gabba here suddenly.
And I don't think it's even required. It's more about playing spin, and it's more about countering those sort of things. Fast
to our batting that despite being in pole position, we lost in South Africa, and winning in Australia doesn't come as a guarantee, and we're always sort of scared for our batters.
Indeed,
So I
indeed.
understand where that's sentiment.
So there was Mayur Kashyap who was saying that the loss to Sri Lanka in the ODIs is like very similar to the 2015 Carlton series where we lost to England. We are losing to Australia. See, reminds you the Carlton mid-try series in 2015 and RS termed as time waste. There also India lost to England in Gaba and Waka ODI. Yes, they did. I mean, the World Cup build-up wasn't great. They didn't win against Australia the entire summer.
We went in the World Cup losing I think a number of games, and then the
2-0, you lost the tests. You didn't win against Australia and England, and then you didn't make it to the final. And World Cup semi-final, you just lost by a huge margin to them. So. And
semi-final.
Yeah, semi-final. KP saying, Sports Today team, what's your opinion on Pak YouTubers? Should Indian government take any action, ban them in India as they have 95% of views and revenue from them? Many are even thinking of covering BGT. But it's a YouTube, whatever they do, it is a personal thing.
Yeah, and they can cover Indian cricket if they want to.
They
doesn't
can.
concern us.
Yeah, Priyanshu Singh, I won't force Roko, Bumrah or Ash, but players like Gill, Iyer, KL, Jaiswal should play. Don't play Roko for one match just for tokenism. This year's BGT may be the last for these bunch of players, both Ind and Oz. I think so, yes. But then, I like that point. One match for tokenism. I kind of got that sentiment in that sense. So, yeah, it does seem tokenism, but at some point I would say, boss, at least they are playing. Otherwise, if you don't play, the same domestic system will lag behind. And you're not going to get that much of popularity also. So, yep, Fitpunk, 5 gold medals in 2028 Olympics for India or ODI World Cup victory in 2027. What would you choose? Please choose one.
No, we won't.
In India, you can't choose one. You have to choose both. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तान.
We need both, yaar.
We need both.
We
But
need
personally,
both.
looking
Actually,
at
you need more than 5. Yeah, 5 was again
5, he's saying 5 gold.
the 5 gold.
gold.
Yeah.
Looking at this thing, I would want 5 gold medals in 2020.
Not a send-off for a perfect farewell for Rohit.
Cricket, at least you won something. Olympics, you haven't won so many gold.
I think I'll also go for 5 golds.
Yeah, even I'd go for 5 goals, but I was just giving a flip.
Because
I want more. Okay, 4 goals for good ODI World Cup.
Level views on everything, okay. Update on Vinesh Fogart, I think by tomorrow.
level views on everything.
Everything. Wow, you could have just made it one word, neutrality.
Or politically correct.
Politically correct.
No,
But
I
that's
think
true.
level is his name here. Next, the sentence starts from views on everything, update on Vinesh.
His name is level views on everything.
Oh, his name is level views on
Yeah.
everything. Oh.
Exactly. Update on Vinesh Fogart, I think we could get it on tomorrow, hopefully.
9:30.
What about hockey after Olympics?
You are a blogger, you are a...
Yeah.
What? No.
Dex is saying, Rain said West Indies not saw that. It was 50-50 Dex. Honestly, it was Alec Athanas was playing brilliantly. 49 overs, they had gotten to 200. Who knows what would have
Alec
happened?
Athanas impressed in
England also.
India series also.
Yeah, Alec Athanas.
Alec Athanas.
Yep. What about hockey after Olympics, anime fun shots? I mean, see, India do have, hockey season does have a break now. Okay, so when the Pro League begins, then you have the World Cup that's going to happen in Netherlands, Belgium. That will be a very important thing. And you're gearing up now for the 2028. I hope HIL comes in, the Hockey India League, domestic. If that doesn't come, then you'll have a long, prolonged break at this point. So, shall we call it quits, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Guys, we are now daily doing Dugout at 6:15. Please come for that.
Yes, so now,
There is no time changing.
ladies and gentlemen, because of all the other events that had happened, we had done the Dugout at 7:15. Now we have reverted back to the normal 6:15 p.m. IST time for the Dugout. Our flagship show has always been at that time. So 6:15, today was the start. From tomorrow onwards, it will be regularly at that time. So join us at this point. 7:15 no longer, at least for the next couple of months it won't be. So join us for the Dugout and give us all your love. And once again, as I said in the morning and even yesterday, thank you to all for making us go past
But
500.
now get us to 1 million quickly.
Get us to 1 million.
It's
Yeah,
high.
we're a little greedy. What to do?
Yeah.
We'll have the celebration also once Nikhil sir
We
is
have
back.
our vices as well. And
Yep. The Eagles landed back in India.
common vice that we have is that we're greedy when it comes to
Somebody was asking that we are planning a trip without Nikhil sir, but that's not
it
the
can't
case.
happen, buddy.
It can't. I
Whoever
mean,
it was.
otherwise Nikhil will be very, very angry with all of
No,
us.
we'll plan it.
Danush,
Anyhow.
different rule, different players. The chairman of Silkers need to be sacked. Arey yaar. Danush, people are saying that I am critical. Danush should be here, and they'll relate much more than in that sense. So, yeah, let's see. 43-day break. Let's see what happens now. But we are awaiting Vinesh. We are awaiting Vinesh Fogart's
We're
verdict.
also waiting rules for the retention policy.
But that'll be much later.
No, it will be end of this
Could
month.
be any time, yeah.
Yeah, let's see how that happens. End of the month. End of the month, nah. This is starting of the month. Middle of the month.
Middle of the month, so just
Yeah.
10-15 days away.
Yep. So from me, Harshit and Shashwat and Shivam, it's bye-bye. See you. More news coming your way, and keep watching Sports Today. Nandri, Shubhra, is it Shubhratri already? It is Shubhratri.
Can be.
Yeah, it can be. Nandri, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
There you go. Bye-bye.